Mickey Mouse from Lowe's. This is a brand new 2025 animatronic, and the box is huge. This is one side, and there's the other. So they don't have a lot of imagery on this, but we're gonna get straight into the unboxing. So what we do know is that he's new for this year, and he's almost 7 foot tall. He holds that poem book, and he speaks in true character voice, it says on the box. Now last year they had the Mickey that holds a candy cane. This is like their newer version of it, or you could say a reskin. I had a picture of it on the screen right there so you guys could see. And the first thing we see when opening this is 2 ears. I think this is mainly where he gets that extra height from. He's really a 6 foot tall prop, and this makes him almost 7. And he's made by Gemmy Industries. They have colored instructions. Normally it's just black and white. This right here is gonna be the power cord. Under the cardboard, everything in here is giant. Huge hands, feet, and the head with the book. So here's the hands. There's like a cutout in them for the book to go with some Velcro and a fork connector. Other hand is the exact same, just the opposite. And let's pull out like one of his shoes. And these are gigantic. I like how on the shoes, they labeled it right here. It says L for the left. Normally they have like B and D or whatever, B and C on there, and you never get it correct. And I don't know what just came out of these shoes, but that is super messy. Here's the main torso piece. Missing a cardboard piece on that side. That's fine though. We got a control box and a motor that moves him side to side. Here's the other foot. Not gonna open it because it's the same exact thing. All right, let's get to the cool parts. Here is the head. And it looks pretty silly because he has no ears on there, but I like the detail on it, and it just looks like it's painted, hand painted specifically. Look at the lines right there. There's the book. Don't know how it attaches. It must just sit in his hands. Let's open this up and get a closer look. So some of these other book props, there's writing on the back where the pages are. There is nothing. There's just like little indents or scribbles. And there is like a hook here and here that it might go into his hand with. And there's the candle on the front. Also looks to be hand painted. I don't think this foam was supposed to come off. This looks like an arm piece. There's another one right here. 2 leg pulls. These are pretty heavy duty as well. We got the clothing and a bag. This has the pants and shirt. And finally, the base, which you know is big when they have these support poles. Now I'm gonna lay all the parts out. There's a bit of a mess on each side of the box, as you can see. We're gonna lay it all out now. Here's a quick look at everything laid out. Moving on to the build, we have the base. And the second step is gonna be putting these leg pulls on. They're snap locking in. I'm gonna rotate this around so you can see that. There's the first one and the second one. So these notches are not just for support, these also keep the shoes in the right direction. So I'm gonna set those on one at a time. And they are labeled, so this is the right. You can see the notch on the bottom that's gonna go over that metal. Just like that, and you can see it only has a little bit of wiggle room. Here's the other one labeled left. And then on top of that, we're gonna put the clothes on. So he's got this that has like an undershirt hook to the pants, and then there's an overshirt as well. So we'll slide that over on both sides. There's Velcro on the back. I'm gonna undo. We gotta get these poles to stick out of the top of the clothing. And now we can move to the next step, which is the upper torso piece. Same thing that we did on the base. I'm gonna snap lock this on. And I'm gonna do them at the same time. And just give them a little bit of a wiggle. And that one's so close. There we go. Both of them are on. And we're gonna pull the clothing up. There is the IR sensor, a motion sensor, that I'm gonna plug in. That's all of the cables, besides the power cord. And this goes up over top. And this is how he looks so far. We're now doing the fun step, which is putting his head on top. That's gonna drop down onto the pole below it. And I'm not gonna snap lock it in quite yet because we're gonna move on to the hat, which is next. And there's ear holes on the side. That's why this step is first. And these slits in the hat are gonna allow the ear to go into that plastic underneath. And just push down. They don't have to click or anything. Now his head is not fully snap locked in yet. That's why it's moving. This side you have to pull super hard as you push the ear in. And that's good. Spinning him around. And here's that snap lock I was talking about. And that drops down and Velcro the back up. Facing forward again, and we're gonna throw his jacket on. Now he's looking pretty cool. We're gonna get those arms up his sleeves and then put the hands on. The one on his right side is labeled L. And then there's a Velcro point right there. It's red Velcro. I don't think we've seen that before. This feeds up, and I like how you could just pull the jacket back to get this in. And then we'll put his other arm on first. To connect these hands, there is a fork hook connector that goes on right there. And then that red Velcro I mentioned earlier goes right on top of that white Velcro. Same thing on the other side. And lastly, we're gonna place the book in his hands. On the bottom, when I did the unboxing part, you saw these two notches. Those actually go into here. This is on both sides, but that's the better one to see. So I'm gonna kind of open his hands a little bit. And set that down. I got it in this side. Going over to the other one. And now that it's popped in, this build is fully complete. This is what it looks like. This is the Storyteller Mickey Mouse from Lowe's 2025. Let's get on to his demo.
Christmas. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and Blitzen and all his reindeer are coming out the lanes. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. Hang your stockings and sing your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight.
Overall, everyone loves a nice Mickey animatronic, especially a tall one that has some good movement. I love the variety of songs that he plays from his book. He's got some slower ones, and my favorite is the upbeat songs he plays. If you guys want to get one, the link will be in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.